What's up, everybody? It is the Eye of Ra. Child, just excuse all that back here. You know, when you live in a car and you reach complications, you have everything in the back, right? So just excuse. I sleep in a car, so it's not like I have a closet to, push things away. I do have a trunk, but I can't get into it, okay? So anyway, just excuse the mess. I'm typically not a sloppy person, so it looks a little junky in here, but guess what? I don't care. I care about my stability. So let's get on topic, because I know who I am. I don't care what kind of judgment you try to make. It does not matter. It is irrelevant, because I know what circumstances I am dealing with. So unless you're walking in my shoe, that part. Okay, so now, anyway. Whoo, child, I've been out and about, so I gotta get myself together. Okay, yeah, I do a lot of, I get a lot of exercise. Let's put it that way. Because, you can't tell your business, because I still got stalkers, although they already know, because you follow like a hawk. And, I don't know what y'all think y'all are achieving besides following me and hopefully being followed too. I hope I got some there go the sirens. They don't like for me to make videos, child. They be tripping. Anyway, we'll let them go on by. I'm living in Jed Clampett town. Anyway. Oh, child. Who? Now, my last video, I was talking about how, people try to hold you hostage. Like, the men who are POWs for the Russian army. Which, that for the life of me, I don't know. That seemed like some high-stake crimes to me. Ain't that what you call it when a political figure or a high figure is doing something that might be a little bit abominable? High stakes crimes. But anyway, that ain't what I'm on here for. We might touch base with that, but I just was thinking about how someone is tugging at my energy, and so I just need to get them straight a little bit. Now, I had 3 children, and they are all grown. Okay. And they have their families, and now, this daughter, who kind of looks like me, but, before I got booted out or was feeling uneasy around you all, we wasn't looking alike, not all that much. But anyway, I know we have, we resemble a lot, but I don't know what you're looking like right now, because if my intuition is telling me that because of your lifestyle it's starting to take a toll, and so you might be looking older than me. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen you, because you chose to go up against me for greed, for selfish reasons. Now, I'm talking to my eldest child. I don't know if you're living in this town or not. I don't know. You could be. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't come. That's breaking and entering, whether you know it or not. I cannot just walk up to somebody's car and enter in it. That is their private property, just like a home. So whoever it was or whoever you are that broke into my car and took some items from it to try to do witchcraft on me, is already being done to you, and the Most High is transmuting it, because everything that I am, everything that I own, and everything that's coming to me that you stole are y'all, not just you, y'all. Because, I'm thinking about when that day you brought your uncle, or not, because, I just refuse to believe that real kinfolk, would sit up there and plot a red rum over your life. But they could, because people are, they got some hidden agendas like this family. And I never, I knew about voodoo, but not practicing it. I've heard about it through other people say, "Ooh, they so-and-so did blah, blah, blah." But me, myself, I didn't practice it, so, and then I would see other people that I've known either from a church setting or other family members, and I would see them walking the street acting delulu. So I said, okay, somebody put some juju on them, because just last week they was just fine. But to think that my children, to whom, I was a single parent most of the time, and then I hooked up with a person that's not so nice, that's still after me, and that's probably, engaged in, maybe even sleeping with my oldest child or some of my children, because of the practices that y'all practice to try to achieve sorcery victory, which is a epic mess up, because the only time I just want to believe, the only time that it probably will work if they low life like y'all. If you're out here doing dark things, then it works. And I believe I'm pretty much safe to say that when y'all thought y'all were getting the best of me, when you kind of did things to my body and you seen evidence of it, you were like, "Oh, we got a victory, so let's keep going on, we go." And that day I was standing on the porch when you brought your uncle back, and you was like, "Yeah, we're gonna be in that money," and y'all was just laughing, just hee. And then you saw me standing there, and you was like, "Oh," it was like you just wiped that grin right off your face, like, how much did she hear? Well, I heard enough of what you said. Well, we gonna be in that money. And I'm like, you're not that close to your uncle. You only see him every now and again. So I thought when you come pick him up for his appointments, or if you wanted to go to the store or something, because we had this foolishness going on, and I call it foolishness now, because they were the actual stalkers, a part of the stalkers, should I say. So, when I was sharing a residence with that fool, one person would always be at the house when the other may be gone off handling whatever they were doing. And when he was gone, I guess he was handling that counterfeit conservatorship, telling lies on me about I'm crazy. But I was trying to figure out, because people, he called himself 100% disabled vet, right? And I left my position of 15 and a half years to help that individual out that he was supposed to get caregiver money for, and he was supposed to pay me a certain amount. And then, after they plotted and schemed and planned and started, taking things from me, and then the eviction came, and then the homeless list came. But as I stated on one of my videos before, I had a little cushion at that time, and I didn't think, this, if there is an investigation, or I would still be in this predicament this dang long. AG. Yes. So, anywho. Now, the thing that hurts the most is, with my children, right? But I've gotten over that. Don't get it twisted, because you're dangerous. So don't come near me. No, I'm not asking you to come near me. It's just that part tends to, nudge at a person a little bit more. And you're trying to project your anxiety on me. No, you keep all that, or whoever is doing it, keep it, because you made a conscious choice to defy me, to defy the family, and then you lied, and you used your children to lie on me when I was a very helpful grandmother to you, the one who was always out partying if you was not at work. Yeah, the one that looks like me, the one that said I be out there partying, well, that's a dang lie. But because we kind of favored, you would tell that lie when I'm home with a raggedy brother that fooled you into something that none of you are getting. That money, you ain't getting it. Maybe you got some, but that some is the one that made you DONE. And then, like I said, for the life of me, I don't understand your cousin, daughter. Now, I witnessed that. She went to prison for doing something to her grandmother who raised her, because her father and mother were in and out of prison. And for the life of me, I don't understand why you didn't get it. I guess you were trying to get some pointers from your cousin on how to achieve it, and then you thought your witchcraft, your Harry Potter, you watched too much Netflix. You was watching too much Netflix. And I know every now and then, when you brought Randy home one time, he was like, ask Danielle for her Netflix account number so I could watch it on my phone. And so you allowed us to, watch Netflix through your account. But little did I know that probably was a setup too, right? Because ain't no telling what kind of movies you were watching. And then, the lies that y'all said about me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. My grandchildren, the ones that were vulnerable to you, just like y'all were vulnerable with Sandra, who I didn't know was a witch. And I'm sorry that I didn't know, because I was deceived, because I was a child under a witch. And so when I allowed that witch to babysit you, that was probably doing spell work, setting up the next episode for you to start looking like me and la 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 la. Right? Because when you were first born, you looked like your father's side of the family. You wasn't looking like me. So I'm just, intuitively thinking about this. She started making you look like me. Because her plan was, I got to get that M-O-N-E-Y. So I got to have somebody that look like her. I'm getting too old. Yeah, you an old, stupid fool. You did witchcraft on my children. And that's a spiritual strike against your dum-dum. Even if I do forgive you, I am rooting for judgment, judgment, judgment. Do, 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 do. Right. And that's for all of y'all stupid behind. I mean, are some of y'all still driving if y'all got a license? Are some of y'all still working? Are some of y'all handling, your family life as best as you could? Excuse me, I gotta pour this out. Because when you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was out of my mind," or, out of your mind. What does out of your mind mean? How can I put an analogy? I can see someone going out of their mind that is maybe in a relationship, and they walk up on someone that they really love and never suspected that they were cheating, and then they catch them in the act. That's out of your mind. But when you meticulously plot and plan something, I don't think that's out of your mind. I think that's just being very evil and stupid and calculated. So, when a psychiatrist say, "Oh, they're not able to stand trial," I think we need to look at that a little bit more. Some people might not be able to stand trial once, they spell work or whatever they do, and they extra time getting high, snorting, whatever y'all do, because I don't do none of that. Now, my nose might be doing something because of the cold card, the change of the seasons, cold card. But I don't do drugs. I don't like drugs. I don't like street drugs. I don't like pharmacy drugs, period, okay? So, anyway, I miss spending time with my grandchildren. And then I was just about to get to know my great-grandchildren, right? And then here y'all go with that plan. We got to get rid of her because we need this, or whatever y'all was doing. We need this M-O-N-E-Y. We got to get rid of her because we, she got to get out. She got to get evicted. So, to the audience, my great-grandchildren, let's see. I seen the first one maybe 4 times in his life. I'll say maybe 7, because I seen the second one twice. So of course he would have been there when I've seen that one. So I don't really know them, but for my 3 children to have turned on me, and the middle child, I'm not sure if they're still alive or not, or what's going on, with this insurance fraud, if that y'all do. But my oldest grandchild, I believe, is following her mother's footsteps, which is crazy. So, daughter, your father side of the family know all about this. I'm intuitively picking up. They know all about this. Now, at one point, that brother figure called your father stupid. Now, I'm in agreement. And for the life of me, I can't remember why his stupid butt went to prison and did some time, before. I can't remember what he did time with. But, I would imagine both his parents, who were educators, were very disturbed by their two sons being both of them drink, and then one was drugging and in and out of prison. And so their legacy just went to SHIT. They got a granddaughter who tried to steal money, and then she went and did time. It's just, wow. So, these people that possibly left something to me, I wonder, was it them? Is that why Sean is involved? Oh, did I say your name? I did. It doesn't matter, child. If you don't like me saying your name and you ain't involved, I'm sorry. But if you involved, boy, bye. Yeah, I called you a boy, and you older than me because you acting like a little boy. You done ruined your daughter's life for greed. You, in matter of fact, was encouraging her. So I'm trying to figure out, did your parents say we have no future with these two fools because you a drunkard, think you a womanizer, but you're really gay too? And I mean, they both worked so hard, and I'm sure they were embarrassed at times of you too. Because I must say, when I was pregnant with our daughter, your mother was very, very nice, very becoming to me. She was very nice. But I'm not sure at what point did she sway? Did Sandra convince her? I mean, I thought she was being nice. I don't know, because I thought a lot of you were decent. I couldn't see the real you, but now I understand by certain things that y'all may have done now was really a slight to me. But I don't recall that with your parents, not right offhand, but certainly with you. I mean, that is so crazy for you to ruin your daughter's life. Then my daughter ruined her children's life by lying on me, saying that I'm a pedophile. Girl, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yeah, you are. Now, crazy can be a little bit differently described. Crazy is what y'all are doing. Now, y'all have the audacity to clone my phone and send all kind of crazy commercials. Why didn't you take that same effort and do that and make some money instead of trying to steal somebody else's? Y'all have gotten a little bit crafty, right? But I guess the greed set in. I don't know. The magic was backfiring and y'all didn't know. Y'all was out of y'all mind. Y'all just thought y'all had it in the bag. We just keep doing what we doing because it worked over there, it worked over there, it worked over there. But when we come here, we having this difficulty and we just got to keep doing it because I don't understand. I did it this way before and it worked, but it's not working anymore. Clue. Because it ain't. Okay? So anyway, it just bothers me to know that my great grands got a crazy parent. He probably got crazy people around him. I don't even know if they living. Because I know my granddaughter is very facetious. You are the kind that would be pinching your child under the cover, and they'll be crying. If I was around, I'd be like, why are they crying? And you just don't know. I'm the type of grandparent that I'll be looking over the baby, seeing if I see a pinch mark. Because I know you're just that facetious because you're young and you shouldn't even have those 2 children yet. But because your crazy mother was not raising you when I was telling her to pay attention to your children, but she knows she can't do that because she's too busy trying to pay attention to me, trying to become me, trying to execute this elaborate plan to destiny swap and have money so you don't have to go to work, but you don't even, with your money, you're just frivolous. Just straight frivolous with it. Yeah, I do know that. So why do you need my money when you don't know what to do with your money? You don't know how to save, budget, none of that. And I can see that from afar, and I kept asking myself, I don't know how she traveling, doing all of this, going this place every weekend. You taking the children to a water park, or y'all going to Disney World, or whatever. And I'm like, well, her rent is this much. She got a car payment now. And I know since 2020, unless somebody is balling like an NBA player, or they selling some high pharmaceuticals, or they a senator, or something like that. Ain't nobody kicking out cash like that since 2020, since they done ruined the economy. You can't even find a decent rental space, and definitely trying to buy a home that was still there before 2020. It done tripled, which is ridiculous. Why? Anyway, because somebody else greedy too, besides this wicked family that ruined my children and our relationship. But I'm just telling you, I'm cutting cords with everybody. I have already cut cords with you all, but I'm letting you know, cords is cut. I cannot have you around me. I don't want you in my energy. I'm not assuming your karma, the things that you did in secret. You the one, which you said with your own mouth to me one time, some parking tickets. I wonder who name you did that in. Well, maybe you didn't do it in my name because I think I would have known. But yeah, that's crazy. That's childish. That shows how much you have not grown up. Because when you want to, just like, and no disrespect, Vanessa Williams, how you doing? The actress, model, Vanessa Williams, she won that pageant, and then they came and took it from her when they found out she posed nude. But hello, President Trump, didn't your wife have some nude? I mean, anyway, all these biasms, and you can't do this, you can't have no past because you can't hold a crime. Oh, you can't. What? Child, and all these people in office, all of us have a past. But some of us are still in office. I know. Y'all want me to shut up, but I can't. I want my justice, okay? I mean, the truth is the truth, right? I'm just using what I see to explain why I want my justice. Okay? And that's with children and all, and grandchildren too. And it's really sad because my daughter, she moved away into miles away from me. And so her daughter was basically raising herself. I'm surprised she didn't get pregnant earlier. But she was into reading books. So my daughter saying, and she was quiet. And then all of a sudden, woo, I guess you were working magic on your daughter, sacrificing her. Or reaping what you sow. So you came after your own mother. And then the Most High was trying to wake you up with your own children. But you didn't wake up. You still focusing over here. I'm good. You're the one who's sick here. And in your heart, you cannot be me. You cannot have what is not yours in that respect. And if Sean parents left me some, I don't know why I keep saying that, but like I said, they only had 2 children, 2 sons that turned out to be a worthless piece of shite. And I'm sorry, but not sorry, because it's the truth. Right? So, that brings me back, because I used to say to my daughter before all this clicked out, I'm like, well, since, both his parents died, but not at the same time. And I said, well, how's your father doing, with his mom? And he was like, oh, he's doing all right. He have somebody come in if he want to go off, hang out to take care of his mom. And then once she finally passed, I was like, okay, well, then he should be doing pretty good, financially. Because like I said, both of them were, I would say, like pillars of the community. They worked for the school board for a long time. But undoubtedly something must have been wrong. Maybe their house was paid for because, Sean was still staying there. So I don't know if he did have access to everything, or perhaps him and his daughter lied if they did leave it to me and they saw that, okay, this lady is our granddaughter, because the other grandparents or the mother of the other grandchildren, I guess it's deceased. I don't know, y'all lie so dang much, but she supposedly succumbed to an ailment, and no disrespect to her children, and hopefully her children are not involved, but I find that hard to believe, because that time when I became ill and my daughter came to pick me up to take me to a doctor's appointment where you and that doctor spoke privately. And then from that point on, that doctor, well, she was already acting ignorant and indignant, which a lot of my doctors did. But anyway, your sister called you, and you had her on the Bluetooth speakers of your car. So I was like, hey, kept saying hey to her, and she just ignored me like she didn't hear me. And then you finally said, oh, blah, my mom is saying hey to you. Like, little girl, you heard me the first time, right. But anyway, so, if all of y'all are involved, shame, shame, shame. And then your daddy wig, literally, his wig got twisted off from an auto accident, Shannon. An auto accident. Right? Was he with someone named Shannon at that time? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just intuitively speaking. But anyway, he was in the hospital, and they had, half his head off because they wanted to make sure that the brain wasn't swelling from his accident of him drinking and driving. And this was his parents living then? I think his parents were still living then. But yeah, I mean, I guess they was like, oh my God, now he's a drunk and his head done got twisted off his body. I mean, that was, metaphorically, but literally, they did shave, cut half his where his brain was showing so they can see whether or not it was going to swell from that accident. And I guess at that point, maybe some paperwork was changed because they was like, oh no. The younger son in prison again. When he get out, he go right back again. And then this fool who teaching his daughter how to be a criminal is a drunk, sleep with women and men, trying to come on to me, but I don't like that. No. I did that with the ex-husband twice, which was foolish. And no. I mean, trying to come on to me and you're smelling like liquor. It's coming all out your pores. It stink. And I don't drink, so why do I want to smell it? Let alone standing, smelling it, and you think you're going to lay on top of me? I don't think so, nigga. Anyway, child, I'm telling you the truth right now. Y'all crazy. Because something's going on. I want what you stole from me. Because I'm still here. You see me, don't you? You hear me? So, like I say, the real thing, because, if somebody gives birth and you love your seed, that is very hurtful for them to sit up there and plot and plan over your life. And then, before you know this, they lineage have started a lineage, and then you're like, oh, wow. You're getting excited, but you're also getting concerned because they're so young-minded. But, everything happens for a reason. I cannot turn back what you did. You cannot turn back what you did. You're going to stand up in it. I'm not. Whatever you all plotted and planned, because I already told you about, I asked you about Lou. Not saying there's anything wrong with anyone who has a lot of children. It's just that it can be a complication in the relationship, especially with baby mama drama. Right? So I didn't understand that although you were a single parent, but I was like, because at one point I was like, oh, my daughter, she's just so beautiful. But you had a rotten attitude and your mind was not there. I mean, if you go back and look at some of your photos and then you go to the mirror, what do you see? You wasted time, valuable time. You wasted your life on a fallacy, on foolishness, thinking you can kill me when I done nothing to you or my grandchildren. You thought you were going to concede over me with these other fools who thought the same thing, and they looking dumb and dumberer. Because they older than me. But I'm just here to tell you, I'm over all of y'all. I'm moving on. I am healed. I just feel sorry for the youngins, the young ones who got parents who did foolish things that... Foolishness. I mean, the young... what is a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old? What can they do with a foolish parent? having foolish people around them that I do think about is my great grands getting molested because y'all so into actual duckery stuff. But may the Most High judge all of you. All of you. May my ancestors judge all of you. Because the needy, poor, and vulnerable, little children who cannot decide for themselves, y'all brought into this world and y'all are acting like little children yourself. And yet, they are going to have to suffer behind your foolishness. And the lies you told, you can't come back off of that. You cannot prove it. And it's a shame because I know your son, daughter, was very clingy to you. And I was concerned about that because I didn't want him to be LGBTQ. Right. But anyway, and it ain't nothing against y'all, but I don't want that for my children. That's my opinion. When I have a boy, I want them to be a boy. Right? Okay? I want them to grow up and procreate. If they can. But, anyway, it's just straight up foolishness that why I had an apartment and I was staying with you because it was close to my job and it allowed me to spend time with my grandson and make sure he was all right getting to school safely. We would get up, make sure he gets dressed. I'm getting myself dressed, drop him off to school. I'm at work in less than no time. And you go and lie to the authorities that I did something to my grandson. When did this lie take place? Why Brevard County never came to me with your foolishness of this lie you told? And then you can't even see it. Why? If you told them something, why am I still out here? Why? See, that's what I'm saying. Your magic have y'all. Because that's a lie. And if I was standing in front of my grandson, I believe he would break down too and not, although he was clingy to you, I mean, I don't even know because you're so busy in my life. I don't know what kind of relationship y'all got now, although I was getting concerned about him because you sit up there and let him play on a video game all day, which makes no sense because you're out of your right mind. But anyway, you're going to stand up in the garbage that you were trying to put me in. You're in the garbage can for your deeds. Because I'm not a molester. I never touched you or your brothers in that manner. I was a single parent. No, we wasn't middle class because Sandra took what was ours. Then she took your mind, your soul, and told you to come turn against me. So, although our life was supposed to be different, Sandra, and you gonna pay for that, you little witch. You gonna pay for that royally. You had no right to take from me, then come for my lineage and destroy their life too. May yours be destroyed. And then for my lineage to do what you did, you made a conscious choice to do it. So therefore, I cannot trust you. I cannot have you around me. I don't want that foolishness around me. Whatever you have to face is what you're going to face for disrespecting me. And that's for all of you. Because all of you are a damn lie. Whatever you said about me. That's why you keep coming for me. Because you're trying to make it look like it's the truth, but it's not, baby. Okay? So, miss me with all your foolishness. Because all y'all gonna stand up in it. You corrupt officials. You're gonna stand in your own BS. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a prostitute. I ain't laying with nobody. I socialize as I want to. Pretty much. Because I am the controller over my will. After detoxing from you pieces of crap who were manipulating and putting things in my food because I wasn't really hip to witchcraft and sorcery. And you lied about that too, saying I'm a witch. No, I just tell you the truth when I see something that is adverse to what I appeal to. Or if I feel like maybe you could do that a little different, I just speak up on it. That's all. And y'all didn't like that. But that's not my problem. I'm still here. And you the one got a effed up life. Effed up situation. And you're looking over your back. Is the feds coming? Yep. One day. Yep. And they should. Because the Most High, the Most High, the one that created me, Caucasians, Asians, Filipinos, Mexicanos. That one, he sees, and he's a just God. He said, walk in the light. Don't choose darkness. So that means he's going to make everything all right for me. What y'all meant for harm is going to work out for my good. Because you are the guilty party who is laundering money. You're overseas doing God knows what. You're out here tricking with people, not me. My body is clean. Is yours? Hello, is yours? Or is it squeaking? Is it oozing? Is it stinking? What is it doing? Because mine ain't. So stop lying on me. I got to thank you, Holy Spirit. Hallelujah. Okay? But anyway, y'all lied on me. You came for me. And you know why you came for me. But if the Most High is looking low, and Yahshua, by his stripes, I shall be safe, saved, protected, and vindicated. And may the blood of Yeshua be against every liar, every thief, and everything you try to entrap me in, may it entrap you. Every day, all day. Whatever witchcraft you send my way, return to sender. Because that is crazy. The things that you, my children, decided to do against me. With the ex-husband, with the ex-lover. And by the way, daughter, I know you knew that ex-lover before I did. It wasn't by coincidence at that pool site. All of them just so happened to be there. That was methodically planned. Yeah. And the spell work you did for me to be feeling lonely and wanting to be in a relationship. And then Angie just popping up on the scene, all of a sudden living in West Palm too. But dang, girl, ever since Lonzo, right, you just pop up and you want to hang out. All of y'all doing spell work. Oh, Angie, was you laying with Kenny? Girl, I don't care. You can have all of that. I don't want it. I want my things back. That's what you need to know. Anything that I wasn't with, I don't care. And even if I was with him, if he had the audacity to be laying down with you and I found out, I don't want that flea. You can have him because you a tick. Okay? So anyway, that's all I got to say to y'all fools. Y'all gonna learn from y'all hard knock school. I mean, you formulated a gang, which that's all your secret society is. It's a gang. Because when you all see something you don't like, you do adverse things to make it go your way, which is not lawful most times. So anyway, that's all you are, as a gang. You talk about the Crips and the Bloods and the other little gangs that are around here, but you all are gangs. That's all. You just want to put a fancy name. Secret society. What's the secret? If you got that many people in your society, it can't be no secret. That's why y'all in deep doo-doo now. Anyway, I got to go. I'm done talking. Aren't you? Are you done talking, Holy Spirit? I'm just telling you, daughter, whatever you have gotten yourself into when I spoke to you the last time, you need to turn your grandmother Sandra in. That's what you should have done. But lo and behold, at that time, I wasn't intuitively inclined to know that you were trying to destiny swap. But now that I know this, you can give that up, because you would never walk in my shoes. You are not smart enough, and you're not me. You may be smart in your craftiness, but your craftiness is what got you in a pinch, a bind, literally.